My name is Stella Eden-Peterson, and I am a senior managing attorney at Gravis Law in Richland, Washington. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about how we are still working during the coronavirus pandemic and still doing estate planning for our clients. So one of the changes has been that normally our first initial consultation was done in person in my office, but because we are now working largely remotely for the most part, I'm doing telephonic initial consultations, which is a little bit different from our normal procedure. So when your consultation has been scheduled, at the appointment time, I will call the client and we will have a telephonic interview basically. I am calling out from my laptop computer through Teams. So if you have Teams on your phone or your laptop, you can also do a video conference if you like. I promise I'll put on makeup and look professional. Anyway, so once we get connected on the phone or by video, I want to know about the clients. I want to hear about your family situation, your assets, any businesses. I want to get to know your family and your circumstances so I know what kind of planning is appropriate for you. There are some basic estate planning documents that we recommend for everyone, which is your will, powers of attorney, and healthcare directives. But depending on your family circumstances, if there are disabled family members, maybe we need special needs trusts, or other types of incapacity or long-term planning that we need to add some other documents, we'll talk about that during that first consultation. Then, depending on the kind of planning that's appropriate for your family, I can usually give you a flat fee up front of what it's going to cost to complete your estate planning. If you decide you want to move forward, I'm going to email you an engagement letter and a link to an information sheet. And that information sheet allows you to fill out your family information and asset information in a secure environment that downloads directly to our servers, so you're not emailing me or faxing in sensitive family or financial information. Once we get the signed engagement letter and the information sheet back and payment for the services in advance, then we start our drafting. Your payment for services can be paid upfront in one lump sum, or if you need some financial accommodations, we can break that up into two payments or whatever accommodations work for you. We're willing to work with people in this really difficult and confusing time. But once we start drafting your documents, we are all working remotely outside of the office, so we're still progressing and drafting. It takes us usually 2 to 3 weeks to get drafts out to you, and we will email them to you. And then when you review them, we will answer any questions, make any changes, and when those documents accurately reflect your wishes, we will schedule a will signing. Right now, we are doing those will signings in person in the offices with the legally required witnesses. Conditions change day to day, and we may have to change that process, but right now we are scheduling will signings 1 day a week in person and disinfecting the office and the pens and the notary seals and the table and the doorknobs and the light switches and everything before and after every appointment to keep both our staff and our clients healthy and safe. I have talked to attorneys in some other locations where they are doing parking lot will signings. We have been in touch with the Washington State Bar Association to see if the legislature or the governor could enter some sort of emergency order or some action that would allow us to do virtual will signings. There is a remote notary act that has been enacted by the Washington State legislature, but that doesn't take effect until October of 2020, and we have also asked them to see if they could take some emergency action to move up the effective date of that statute as well, so that we could do remote notaries right now. And we would love to have the ability to do remote will signings, but we're not there right now. We are being creative in how we schedule will signings, and we give the clients the original documents at the end of that. Gravis always has digital copies of your documents if they are needed, and we are still happy to help and schedule consultations and help you get your affairs in order if that's a concern for you right now during this difficult time. Thank you, and everyone stay safe and keep healthy.